I will say this, and I'm not going to sound arrogant. I'm not trying to sound arrogant when I say this. I wasn't surprised by his performance at all. That's just who Darrel Williams is. He's Mr. Consistent. He was that way at LSU. It was one of the main reasons why we targeted him, and we thought he'd be good enough to be a priority free agent. But if you watch him over the years, I mean, over last season, on the practice squad, comes up, does all the different things that he does, but also, too, if you just pay attention and watch him work in practice, it ain't by chance that things happen on game day. This kid prepares himself. He understands what it takes to be a professional.
How do you see that in practice? What do you see from him?
He's one of those kids that try and do the things that it's the way it's supposed to be done. He takes coaching directly from the classroom and applies it on the field. He's just that type of kid where everything he wants that he does, he strives for perfection when executing it. That's just who he is.
What have you been most impressed with being around LaShawn McCoy?
His professionalism. The kid, his professionalism and the will to compete. You know, coming off an ankle injury and watching him hobbling around all last week and just persistently staying at it says a lot about the person, says a lot about the character, but also it tells you how much he loves the game and how much he wants to contribute to helping us to be successful this season.
With the work that Darryl did yet on Sunday versus the workload LaShawn had, how much of that is wanting to balance LaShawn's workload, and especially with the injury, versus truly wanting to keep him as maybe just a niche back, a supporting role rather than an every down back?
If you talk to Darryl will tell you he can do it all now. I've been told that quite a few times by Darryl. But like I said, the kid, he's just a kid. Whatever role you want him to step into, that's the role that he's going to assume, and that's the role he will play. The kid, he has no fear in what he does. There's no stage that's too big for him. If you think about it, in college he played on one of the highest levels. He played at LSU, played in the SEC, where they had to be on top of their game each and every week. And when they needed him to do something, guess what he did? He provided a play. Well, think about it last year. When he stepped in, when we asked him to step in certain roles, he did a heck of a job, just like he did just this past weekend. Not shocked, not surprised. We call him Mr. Consistent. Dylan McCullough has done a heck of a job with him. We got a great group of coaches who understand the importance of developing young players. I think that's important when you're in this industry and in this business, because you've heard me say this before. You coach your starters to be the starters, but you're also coaching those backup players to take their jobs and making sure that they understand the importance of being ready when called upon. And so when our backups play, they go out there and they perform up to a higher level of expectations.
Pat was the first to say it on Sunday. You mentioned that Mecole Hardman might have this thing called the Tyreek Effect. Is that something that you buy into when it comes to Hardman?
You know what? I don't want to place that on him. I know those guys feel that way, but we just want Mecole to be Mecole. And that's for him to go out there and play assignment sound football, play as hard and as fast as he can each and every play, and detail what he's supposed to detail. The rest will take care of itself. He's a talented kid. But when it's all said and done with, we just want to make sure that he's putting consistent behavior on tape.
How much of what he can do you know yet that you can utilize in the different ways to use him? Where are you guys at, I guess?
You know what? I think each and every week we're learning more and more. I think we're still in the early stages. He's still in the baby stages of his career. I mean, this ain't even year one. It's week 4. But I think the kid will grow and mature over time. But we're obviously putting him to the test and want to see exactly how far we can take him, but also to understand that, we don't want to put him in a predicament to where we're not helping him to grow as a player.
What was going through your mind when you saw him catch the reverse field on the one where they kind of got deflected out to the flat and he reverse field and got 10 or 12?
Well, I don't know if I can say what exactly I said at that particular moment, but it was one of those. And then, okay, good job. Next play. But the kid has done some real good stuff, and obviously watching him on tape, especially as a kick returner, watching how explosive he was, and watching how he's handling the opportunities when presented on game day. I mean, the kid he's showing us something. But at the end of the day, I always tell everyone this: anybody can do something once. Let's make sure that we understand and see the big picture. It's about putting consistent behavior on tape week after week after week.
When you talk on the Lions film, just how important is 23 Darius Slay to everything that they do on defense?
I think Darius Slay is very important, but I also understand how Coach Patricia thinks because it comes from Belichick. You know, all those guys are important, every one of them, because everyone has a role to play. But Darius Slay is a guy that when you turn the tape on, he gets your attention. He's a heck of a football player.
Is this a game that you get with Brendan Daly and just to kind of exchange some tips and just see, how they might operate?
You know what, me and B. Daly, we've had several conversations. We actually go back to our Minnesota days, so I'm not going to share all the details and bullet points. But you know what, just having the opportunity to play against New England for the number of years, and obviously I say that because Patricia was there for a number of years, that has given us some insight to what he does. Just like, he's played against us over a number of years. So there are no hidden secrets. It's all about going out there, being at your best, and playing, and then winning winning situational football opportunities. That's going to be huge. No turnovers. We get in the red zone. We got to put points on the board, and then we have short yardage situations. We got to move the chains to create more opportunities to give us that opportunity to score.
Couple more.
Just Demarcus Robinson, I know he's been asked about the plays that he's made, but from the player that you first saw when he came in as a rookie to the plays, not just the touchdowns, but the third down catch along the sideline, just the way that he's going about his business, just what growth have you seen from him, not just over the last year, but even looking to when he first got here to the man that he is right now?
You know, we've seen tremendous growth from D-Rob, obviously, because of, if you think about it, D-Rob has always been a talented player. But watching him grow and play on special teams, how he handled that. Also, too, how he's handled playing all the different positions that we've asked him to learn. He's kind of shadowed behind a Chris Conley for a number of years. I know Chris Conley has been a huge influence on his, on his style of play. Then also, having an opportunity to work with Sammy and him and Tyreek and the great friendship and development that they've had over the years. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun just watching him mature over the years, but also, too, how he handles it. And I think if you look at our guys, they do a great job of having fun, but they're mature football players and they understand the expectations that is out there. But they do a great job of remaining poised and just staying focused on the task. And the only thing that we can control is today. So we'll handle today, and those guys understand that, and he's done a heck of a job just knowing that, hey, you know what? If I take care of today, tomorrow I'll have an opportunity to be better.
You guys have thrown the ball a ton in the first half especially, and in the second half, these last three games, it's been more balanced, running and passing it. You've also had the lead at halftime all three games. What changes for you offensively, maybe philosophically, whenever you're playing with the lead in the second half?
Nothing. We still want to be aggressive. That's just who we are. But also, too, we want to make sure that we're giving our guys the right opportunity to be successful. And on top of that, you're always thinking about making sure that you're putting your defense in a situation where they don't have to be out on the field as much. But when it's all said and done with, our job is to go out there and win the game. We're going to do whatever we can to win.